Good morning, my dear friends. Today's practice is about the hips. Mostly the hips. We'll touch a few other, the shoulders, a little bit of the glutes, but mostly the inner hips. So starting in butterfly pose, bound angle, soles of the feet together, but starting to butterfly the legs. So if we're able to grab onto the big toes, it can help pull us forward. Just waking up the hips here. Good morning. Maybe pulling ourselves a little bit forward. And then gently releasing, taking the hands behind us. Windshield vibrating the legs side to side. Giving them a nice little gentle wake up before we really wake them up. These always feel so good in the morning. Get a nice little twist action here too. So once we feel good with that, we are going to open up for straddle. We're staying low today, staying low. So opening up for straddle, making sure, does not matter how wide our legs are. The most important thing, our toes and our knees are externally rotated to the back, which will end up being the ceiling. So we want to keep our feet flexed to protect our knees. We don't want to dump into them like that. That's a no bueno. Okay, so once we find that, we can slowly start to walk the fingertips forward. Noticing the sensations in the inner groin here. And as we flex the quadricep, we get a better hamstring and inner groin stretch. It's that antagonist, protagonist action of the muscles. When one is stretching, we want to be strengthening the opposite, which is why we kind of do like when we're doing, we rock a little side to side. When we're working our abs, we're also strengthening and stretching our lower back as well. So they kind of, things go hand in hand. We're not really only ever working with one muscle group. And once they are a little bit warmed up, you can feel the heat, maybe we're able to go down a little bit further. We can walk the fingertips over to one side. Maybe we bring the legs in a little bit more here and kind of fold over one leg. Just intense enough so we feel it in the hamstrings. I'm sure you do. I feel it right here today. Mine are a little tight. Just taking one deep breath. Maybe taking our forehead to our knee there. And then slowly walking the fingertips to the other side, kind of twisting our hips here, folding over that leg. Ooh, this one is way tighter. It usually is. My left is usually tighter than my right. Do you know which one's tighter for you? We all have that side. And gently coming back through center, lifting up the chest, taking that left foot gently, bending it into the right thigh, kind of scooting this out more, reaching the forearm down to the mat, reaching the left hand overhead, getting a nice little side body stretch here. And then if we can, reaching the foot, so we have the chest nice and lifted here, and then we turn and try to grab the foot. So we have a little bit more space here since our left leg is tucked in. And if we can reach the foot, it's a nice little sensation to kind of rock here. We feel it in the glutes, the inner groin. You kind of just rock back and forth. It's that dynamic stretch that I love. Little wiggles. It's where you find out what feels good in your body. Because this, to me, feels fantastic. And I even love to go a little bit more and kind of rock up so my hip is lifted back here and kind of just like keep with this rocking motion. Pulling myself to my foot, trying to reach my forehead to my foot, and then back up. And I like to finish with a little chest opener before we lift and switch sides. Woo! Now she's a tender. She's getting all stretched out there. So again, on the other side, reaching that right arm over, chest lifted. Starting slow, building on to our movements. And then maybe reaching over to the foot. Ooh. Yowzers. It feels so good. Is there a song or a saying that's like it hurts so good? It doesn't hurt, but almost. And finding that little rock space, playing around, seeing what different sensations feel good in your body. Maybe the other way feels good. Maybe, I don't know, play, explore. Every body is different. Everything will feel different in your body. Some movements may not feel good at all and we just skip them completely, and that's what this practice is for. Finding what movements, what makes us feel the best mentally and physically. And ending with that right arm reaching over, opening through the chest again. Slowly coming back up. Now I'm kind of wanting to end with a little, I am just obsessed with this. You guys are probably gonna get sick of firelog pose, but I just love it too much. And if this is too intense for you, we can always take the legs kind of like this, and this little, I don't even know what you call this, but this little thing. We can do butterfly again, easy pose, whatever feels good to you. You can take full lotus. I think that would be a little bit much for me right now. I don't want to force myself. I already feel kind of tight. But taking firelog pose and just folding forward, sitting with this sensation for a breath or two. Taking a sip of my, what was I gonna say? Something juice. See, I need this. I don't even know. Energy juice? And switching sides if we took firelog pose as well. Well, hopefully these got your hips warmed up, opened up, and now we're ready to go. Maybe we can go do some cardio or some workout or back to bed. Who even knows what the day will bring. But either way, you stretched, you got on your mat, you did it. And that's enough. So I will see you tomorrow.